So for EOL number 5, I learned about the behavior pathway and how to use this as a tool in my future classroom. So when trying to change a negative behavior, we must think long and hard how to best do this. We should develop a behavior pathway, which is a helpful tool to correct an undesired behavior and replace said behavior with a new, more appropriate one. So a behavior pathway is essentially a visual representation of the target behavior, replacement behavior, and an alternative behavior, as well as the function of the behavior. This pathway is created based on data collected in the FBA process, which is the behavior assessment we learned about for EOL number 4. So there are 4 rows in the behavioral pathway tool I was talking about. So the top row consists of 2 boxes. In this section, we summarize what we ideally want to happen in the ideally behavior we prefer. The second row consists of 5 boxes, and this section summarizes what is currently happening and what we want to avoid happening. And then the third row consists of 2 boxes, and this is what we are okay with happening, but it's not the ideal plan. So maybe we could be okay with a student being quiet instead of throwing a tantrum, but technically we just want them to complete their work. So in this third row, it must be a positive and as easy to perform as the target behavior and provides the same function. So the fourth row, this section is a list of strategies to help the behavior and consists of 4 boxes. So I'm going to quickly summarize how you would see this flow in a chart thing, like the behavior pathway tool. So first, it would be start by completing the target behavior. Then we're going to determine the antecedent, and then we're going to determine the current consequence. Then we're going to identify the function. From there, we're going to identify any setting events, and then we're going to determine a desired replacement behavior. Then we're going to decide how we will reinforce it, and then choose an in-between. So, like I said, something we're okay with, but not the ideal plan. And then, then we're going to decide how to reinforce that. So, basically, when you put all this together, you would say, when this student does this, we're going to summarize the antecedents. He or she or they summarize the problem behavior. In order to, then we're going to summarize the function/need. And finally, we're going to say this is more likely to occur if, for instance, the kid didn't get breakfast that morning. So I think this tool is going to be a helpful tool in the process of formulating the BIP, because it just goes off the functional behavior assessment we learned.